Welcome to From the Town for the City. It's your boy Joe Blaq, representing Wyandotte County to the fullest. I'm a music producer, vocal producer, audio engineer, writer, artist. This is the town, man. Kansas City, stand up. My creative process for me is I love things coming out authentically where they're not rushed. And I tell people all the time, some people just think that you just come in and you're making music and it's just automatic. But sometimes it's just really sitting having conversations. I think that's the most important piece. When I was working on any album that I work on or any record that I work on, I want to know the conversation. I want to have that conversation. I want to talk about, like, what is it? What are you going through? What are you feeling? What do you want to talk about? Because I can write music that is from my perspective, but I want people to be able to feel the music. So we come in, we have a conversation. It might just be talking. We may not even work that first day, but then coming back to say, man, I know, and I see the vision, I see the sound, I can see the sonics of what you are wanting. I can see the vision that you're trying to paint. I can see the story that you're trying to tell. And so that's important for me to really dig in and really find out where people are in their life, because it's only going to translate if it's real, if it's authentic. And then that's when the magic comes in. We start with melodies. We could start with melodies, or if I have a track that be pulled up or something like that. But really, I like to start with melodies and just not have any words and just start mumbling, or da 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 da. Just if it starts like that, and we can go and we can write the words around it, because Michael Jackson, MJ, used to say, "Melody is king," and he wasn't lying. Melody is king. I start with the melody, and then everything else kind of just merges from there. And then, we have records and hit records that have come from just that, that line of creativity and just that approach. So that's a beautiful thing to see it come to light. And I think the beautiful thing is to see it come from nothing, and then start with a melody and then put the music behind it. And then next thing you know, we got a song that's a hit record on the radio spinning everywhere. Kansas City is a special place. And the reason I came back was because I know all the talent that's here in Kansas City, and all the talent needs in Kansas City is an opportunity. And we can talk about it, we can be in other states, like, represent our city, but when are we gonna really invest in our hometown? The thing that makes us so good, and so to me, one of the best places in the world is that, it's the resilience, it's the community, it's people that made sacrifices for us to be here. And so at the end of the day, man, like, I look at those people, our parents that made the sacrifice so we can live out our dreams. And so why wouldn't we come back and pour into our community? Why wouldn't we come back and invest in our community like, every other city does, And this is the town, man. When I tell you, Kansas City has like every facet of arts, of entertainment, of just resilience, just to see our heart, because this is the heartland, man. And and so, man, it just says a lot. And when people come here, they think it's just Dorothy or whatever. They get it mixed up, but they come here and they like, oh, I love Kansas City. And it's just something about the humility. It's something about the love that we have to continue to embrace here. It's something about the gifts and the talent. It's like this is the money. Kansas City is the money. All the talent, all of the, I don't care if you're an engineer, if you're a music producer, if you're a writer, if you are an actor, if you are basketball, you hoop, you football, shoot, soccer now is a big thing here. There's no facet of talent, that is, not here. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful thing. The city's beautiful, and I've been watching it grow. Living in LA and then coming back home and see our city grow and see our city take them new steps that's why I'm back, man. Winner Circle is, to me, it's people with hard work, dedication from a city that has felt like it's been overlooked. But the more and more we come together and lock in and pull things forward and push things forward, we're gonna change the city. And that's the Winner Circle. It's really coming together as collective to really see the vision past what everybody may think of Kansas City. Kansas City is the town, man, and it's a lot of winners in here. And family, that's how I look at it. Winner Circle is family. It's dedication, it's hard work, it's understanding, and it's really coming together, uniting together, not being divided. And that's what the circle is, man. Yeah, one of my favorite memories is the walking in down the tunnel. I felt like we was in the stadium, we was coming out, and just to see everybody with their own personality, whether that be through their hair, their clothes, or just their style, telling jokes, or just everybody just being free and not feeling like they had to be something else that they wasn't. They just could walk through that tunnel and be themselves. It was a beautiful thing to see, and it let me see the creatives and the athletes and, you know, all the people that we have in the city that are doing their thing. Just, you know, we're a special place, man. Kansas City is a special place to be. So to see that, man, was a highlight for me, man. So what makes it unique is I love how they're pulling other foundations, and it's just not about the winner's circle. It's like, let's pull other people in. Let's get to the community. Who has the community reach? I think people knowing their lane and knowing their strong suits is an important thing. We can't keep stepping on each other's toes. So them able to, you know, do the outreach and say, let's call on this foundation, let's call on this person, let's call on this athlete, let's call on this musician, let's call on this music producer. And that brings everything together and ties everything in. And that's what I love about this. And so when I got the call to be a part, it was like, it's a no-brainer for me to see all of us come together, united together. It just was a good feeling. And that's what the Winner's Circle to me is about, man. Just it's selfless, and that's an important piece to have. You know, no egos. We put our pride aside, you know, and just come together to do something for the community, give back to the community, and have some fun doing it. You know, playing basketball or having the football game, whatever it is. You know, just being able to have that camaraderie between each other and everybody that was there. It's an amazing piece, man. So. Winner's Circle is doing their thing, man. You know, right now, I honestly can say that we're standing in my dream. But, you know, being from Kansas City, a lot of times we have to leave to make things happen because we don't have the resources. And so when I was able to have some success and, you know, was really booming and things was going crazy in the music for me, and which they still are, I was like, man, what kind of guy, what kind of man would I be if I didn't come back home and bring the resources back home to the people, to the kids, to the community? Because the reality of it is a lot of us leave and we don't come back. And so I was one of those kids. I graduated in '99, and like I say this all the time, like I came back in 2014 just to visit family, and I asked them the question. I asked the school districts, I was like, do y'all have any programs for the kids? And they were like, that'll deal with arts or that deal with entertainment. And I'm like, they like, no. I'm like, man, y'all still ain't got no programs. And so it just put it on my heart, like, man, I have to do something back home. And the pandemic really was the thing that kind of like set it up for me. It was like, man, like, let me focus on, LA's beautiful and I love it. It's the vibe out here, but I need to bring these wins back home. So we created this hub, man, and it was a vision of mine to have a space that creatives can come together, just like the Winner's Circle is doing, and creatives can come together, be themselves, and we can collaborate, whether that be recording studios, because we have 3 recording studios that are here. We have 3 content creation rooms. We have an event space. We have a coffee shop that we're building out, and just giving people the assets that they need to be successful. Most, you know, working spaces, shared spaces, they give you a desk and some coffee. We were like, man, let's not only give them a desk and some coffee or a place to chill and some coffee, let's give them some good coffee at that, but no, it's messing. But let's give them the equipment that they need. Let's give them all the studio equipment. You know, let's give them all the cinema, the cameras that they need to be successful. So we spent the money on that. We spent the money on all the top quality cameras, cinema cameras, recording equipment, furniture, so we can set them up for the podcast, so we can set them up for the win. And so, you know, at the end of the day, like, this is what this hub is. It's just a creative space for creatives to come together and just have a place that they can get all the resources that they need. And, you know, hopefully we can start changing the narrative and really get people to see that Kansas City is a hub. And we know this, that Kansas City has some of the most amazing talent in the world, but they can really come to a space that they say, oh, we see what y'all doing, you know what I mean? So that's the big thing about this space. So this is a multimedia creative hub. It's been on my heart to do this for years, and I'm just super blessed to be able to see it come to life and really be able to sit in this dream right now. And it may not look like anything right now, but when we're done by June, you'll be able to see the true vision, and I'm excited to see people walk through those doors, man. Being able to work with the artists like Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber and Jill Scott, it's one of those opportunities that you get to. It's like a chance, opportunity of a lifetime. But at the same time, what I realized is, these are people that are human. They're just human beings, and they just want to live their life, and they want to express themselves, and they are just blessed to express themselves through the music. And it's a beautiful thing to see and to be creative and just to see how not different we are, how we were all kind of the same, and we all want the same thing for our families, for our friends, and just the same opportunity. So it was like, man, for real, it's been life-changing for me to be able to work with the caliber of artists that I've been able to work with. They've taught me a lot. They've learned a lot from me. They become friends and they become family. And it's just good to, to see people, express themselves through the music, but it's also even better to be the person and be one of the people to help them, lay out their vision and lay out their creativity and put it on CDs back then. It ain't on CDs no more, but put it on these platforms to build it out and to see the world go crazy over them, have millions or hundreds of millions of streams. So it's a blessing, and it's something, man, that I want everybody to experience. So, man, it's been a beautiful thing for me. Basketball has got me to many places that I never thought I would be able to see. There's not a city that I haven't been to through basketball, and it really shaped me because it taught me team, it taught me family, it taught me dedication, it taught me, when adversities, we could be down 20 points, that don't mean the game is over. So it just gave me a sense of resilience, man, that, I feel like it's missing in that dog. I talk about that, having that dog in you, man, and I think basketball created that, but also gave you the ability to have structure and understand the dynamic of it's not about you all the time. Sometimes you're gonna have to play a role that, everybody may not see as the shine or the glitzy things, but it don't show up in the charts, but in the numbers, but it's that effort, it's that thing, and saying this, I'm doing this for my teammate, I'm doing this for the family, and sometimes you make those sacrifices. So, basketball has, just being in athletics, it showed me like how to really adjust and how to really, counter something, you know what I mean? And it's just, that's important to pivot, to be able to pivot, man, because sometimes people are a step ahead of you, and so you got to know how to pivot. And it just taught me structure, and that was one of the main things to me that I'm able to take into my career with music, and just to have that determination, like, man, listen, I didn't put in the hours, I didn't worked hard, I didn't run the sprints, you know what I mean? So it really had me in the space where it's like, man, this stuff is, being able to go in the studio and work all night, that's fun, that's easy for me now, because, being an athlete showed me, and, hooping showed me how to adjust, how to put in the time. Whatever you wanted to see, the results that you wanted to have, that's what it did for me, man. So I was able to put in that work, man, and understand what it is to push through. So at the District Is Foundation, we teach audio engineering, content creation, videography, photography, gaming, and VR. It was something that was on my mind for years. I think I talked about this, how the schools didn't have a lot of programming, and so we created a curriculum around that. And so what we do is, we're in high schools. I thought it was super imperative and important that our kids got the opportunity to, explore their gifts through music, through content creation, whatever they wanted to do, videography, photography. So with this, they walk away with the trade. So they'll be certified audio engineers, certified content creators. They walk away with college credits as well. And it was imperative for me to have something like that because I wanted them to enter into their college experience if they wanted to extend that and keep going with it, without having to have that debt. And that was a big thing to, be able to create something where the high schools have grabbed onto, and now they can get this certification and don't have to spend that $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 at these schools and be in debt and then trying to get out of debt. I said, let's offer it to them What we've been seeing is just the shift in their energy because this is what they want to do. They're inspired to do. We've been serving, this year we went from serving 10 kids a year, now we're serving 50 kids to 100 kids a year now. So we're excited about the work we're doing. We know we're changing and changing the mindset, and it's really just creating a space for them to feel safe, a space for them to feel like, yo, I can really do this. What I dreamed of doing is possible. And you know, I really want to tie that in with the Winner Circle, because to be able to see people that are a part of the Winner Circle actually being in these platforms and being NBA stars, and our kids need to know that it's tangible. And so we're giving them that opportunity to say, listen, we haven't forgot about you. We're from the same hoods, we're from the same streets that you've walked through, and it's possible, and you can do the impossible. And so you can catch us at the District Is Foundation at distrkctis.org. Please tap in with us. Donate if you would like to. Regardless, we're going to push this thing forward because it's that important to me. I was one of those kids that didn't have those resources, and it's important for us as a community to give back. And let's change the ecosystem that we see. Instead of these jobs going out to LA or people flying in to take jobs from LA and New York and Atlanta, let's be able to equip our kids in the future with the skill set to do this and be able to take those jobs and be able to change their own ecosystem and change their families' lives. So welcome to the District Is Foundation. You are in our dream, and we're excited to continue this journey on. And please tap in with us. Our mission is, you know, no kids lost, man. So please tap in with us. And like I said, please, if you want to tap in and find out more about the District Is Foundation, you can catch us at the districtis.org website. Thank you.